Dude, see, when people play 40 card decks with no card draw, they always have the yellow cards. Cool new feature. Did I run out of Runestones? Did I run out of Runestones or something here?
Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video and the fallout, the backlash towards Blizzard and Runestones and the pay to win. Battlegrounds monetization in Hearthstone continues, with the community being very upset, very vocal across social media, and it's even come up that Blizzard may be breaking foreign laws with this whole new system, or maybe it's getting around it. We're going to talk about that, and as you can also tell by the opening clip, the game is still a buggy-ass mess, and people are also frustrated about that. But hey, at least Blizzard can charge us space bucks to do stuff. Before we get into that, though, I do want to thank everybody again for supporting the channel. We're almost like 300 subs away from our next sub goal of 58K, on our way to 60,000. Once we hit that milestone, we'll have an even bigger and better giveaway, and well, maybe I'll give away Sleeping Nova. I'm sorry, I took this picture and she was just so cute. I'm sorry, I had to share it, I had to do it. Bring some positivity with a cute cat picture before we get into, well, some salty stuff. So yeah, social media been all like crazy. If you go to the front page of like the Hearthstone subreddit, it is just absolute negativity, frustration. I mean, that's normal for a subreddit, but it just feels like very reminiscent of when the original Battle Pass thing happened. We got things like this. Would you like to buy the season pass with real money or real money, where you have the option of Runestones or money? They're literally the same thing. One is just an extra step to buy whatever you want. We have this icon is the worst part for me, makes Hearthstone feel like every cheap, terrible freemium game on the market, and I don't lump Hearthstone in with terrible games. It's this little icon. Like if you go into the store, it's the icon by the Runestones, and you click plus and you can look at how much money it costs. I agree. I see that in all the mobile games out there. The great Shadow Legends of the world, it's just a common thing, and again, it does kind of cheapen that image. Like, believe it or not, Hearthstone, when it launched, wasn't even on mobile. You couldn't even play it on your phone without like some emulation and all that. It came later, and now it's like mobile focused. One of the big things that has come out is that with the addition of Runestones, this was noted not only on Reddit, but I got DM'd by multiple people from Brazil about this, because this has been a common thing where in Brazil there's laws that you're not allowed to bundle these online goods together and sell it all together. You have to offer an option to buy each and every item. And with the addition of Runestones, Blizzard removed the option of buying skins alone without any bundle here in Brazil, breaking a law that goes against it. And if you take a look here, this was like an old example where you had to buy like Sylvanas, you had to buy the card back, you could buy the portrait, right? You couldn't lump it all together, but now they're having the Magical Garden Elise bundle in South America. I've had this confirmed by multiple people in Brazil and all that. Thank you guys for those DMs. I appreciate it, even if I didn't respond. Yes, that you can, it's lumped all together and you have to buy it with Runestones. You can't buy it separately. And is this a way they're going to get around these bundle laws, or are they outright breaking the law? I feel like they're typically pretty knowledgeable about their economics and their charging, but it's possible they're outright breaking foreign laws. But that's what all this Runestone stuff is about. It's not about passing on savings to the consumer. It's not about making things easier to buy. It's all about getting around laws or trying to make people waste economy. I mean, just loading up Hearthstone, there's multiple examples, and all you have to do is load up the shop. An example being Mercenaries. They have their own bundles. I'm offered Cthulhu coins for 1,200. You can't buy that at 1,200, or this Thrall Portrait Mega Bundle at 3,000 Runestones. Can't buy it at 3,000, although you can buy 2 1,500 ones. And if I want to buy a ticket for Heroic Duels, again, 200 Runestones, you can only buy them in 500s, or you can use gold, which I typically have never spent money on this, but again, it's just an annoyance. It's a frustration for people. And of course, as well in Battlegrounds with these portraits, they cost 150 each, and again, you can only buy 500 at a time. So if you buy all 6, it's 900, and it's just frustrating. And all this negativity has led to just people being outright frustrated. It's just not a fun experience. Superior David, awesome guy, content creator, he's got a YouTube channel, check it out, as well as streams on Twitch, saying everything going on with the Hearthstone monetization has made it challenging me to enjoy the new content. I feel the exact same way as him. Sun Glitters, prominent Hearthstone Battlegrounds content creator, said whenever I saw someone with a crappy hero today, I kind of felt bad for having 4 hero options. Wins aren't as rewarding anymore. This is the problem I have. Even if I like could get around purchasing it, right? I can't even do it because I would just feel so gross having a paid competitive advantage. It's just one of those things that just irks me and is one of the big problems. Imagine that competitive advantage wasn't in the whole Battlegrounds thing. I feel like this Runestone stuff, as garbage as it is, wouldn't be as big a deal. But the fact that they made the game pay to win on top of the predatory nonsense, it's just like that double whammy. It's also kind of just exemplifying the other issues, like Luna here tweeting she was on rank 2 legend trying to get rank 1 and she's just continuously getting disconnected. Like in the opening clip, I got disconnected by a weird animation bug. She's just getting disconnected for God knows what reason. We're seeing that at Battlegrounds as well, and responded like, too bad, no amount of Runestones will give us a good client. I'm not saying Luna's complaining about any of this, I'm not putting that on her, but I'm just saying, like, that's the thing to me. It's like every problem is just like on top of it. It's just exemplified by this garbage, and to me it's all the silence for Blizzard. Like, Blizzard hasn't said a damn thing since they basically said we're gonna pay to win, we're gonna paywall Battlegrounds. We've heard a couple dev comments on like what Runestones are, what you can use them for, but they haven't like outright tried to defend it, justify it. It's just like, here it is. It just feels like Blizzard's like, here, we're gonna do this to you guys. You're probably not gonna like it. We're just not gonna say anything, and our social media is gonna try and ignore it and put out memes and just pretend like nothing's going on. And it's very similar to the old Battle Pass situation where it took quite a while, quite a lot of outrage for them to eventually do anything about it. But at the same time, it just feels different. It feels like, I don't know if it's the Diablo Immortal feel, but it feels like they just don't give a shit, you know? Like, they don't care. They're just like, we're going to be greedy. That is our new line. Maybe it's because we just want to make our stock price go up as much as possible before our final sale goes to Microsoft in next year. Maybe that's the case, but it just feels like they don't care. They're not listening, and it just sucks. And I had Sunglitter's response to this where she feels like there really wasn't an outrage. I expected a little more. I think people will just quit if they don't like it now, and that to me is like, apathy is the scariest sign for any type of anything. If people are just like, you know what, I just don't care anymore, I quit. That's the worst possible thing that could happen. I do think there's been a lot of outrage. I don't know. It depends on your circle, but I feel like there has been. I mean, there's been in my circle, but we get mad a lot, don't we? But regardless, I did respond. Is worst people quitting is a net negative? And she did a poll. She did a poll, I guess, on her own Twitter. And again, this is not like indicative of Hearthstone's sample size or anything like that. But she did note that even amongst her supporters, where she said that it didn't see much outrage, that 26% would outright quit, or yeah, just quit BG, quit and watch content. So you combine that 40%, and like another 40% won't even buy the pass. So of her like loyal viewers are really into Battlegrounds, are probably the most inclined to buy it, even 20% were like just disgusted, not interested. And that's the audience you're trying to cater to, is the Battlegrounds audience. And it's Ben also did a poll in his stream today, got around 2,000 votes. I think he streams on YouTube. He's killing it there. Ben, you're awesome. Love you. It said, did you buy the perks? And he had a very similar response. Around 80% said no, and 20% said yes. So they're alienating the player base. They're definitely scaring a good chunk away. And is it really worth it for that 20%? I guess it is, but long term, if you're going to have a lot less players, that's a lot worse for your game. It just is. It's short-term gains, long-term loss. And when they're trying to sell off the company, maybe that's the whole thing around it. I have put out suggestions, though. I really have. I do think there's ways to improve things. I had Old Guardian respond to a tweet saying, you know, I don't see anything changing. This is what they're doing. They're not going to change it. But I do think there are some changes they can do. Burst for Runestones, if they're, you know, they're not going to get rid of that. I think it's pretty clear we're stuck with this Runestone garbage. However, in China, you're allowed to change your Runestones to arcane orbs, which is our gold equivalent. Why not? If you're all about not wasting our resources, you are being true to your word, and this wouldn't take transaction fees. This is purely in client, that you would be able to convert your Runestones, your access Runestones, into equivalent gold, and then you can put it towards packs, arena tickets, whatever. That would just get around a lot of this excess bullshit, right? But if they really what they want, and I kind of doubt it, and I will tell you, I have talked behind the scenes with certain people that work for Blizzard. This suggestion was thrown out there. It was shot down. So, you know, it's very similar to Battlegrounds perks not being pay to win. That was brought up by certain devs. That was also shot down. So there's that. And the other suggestion of course, with the Battlegrounds perks as seen in the patch notes, just taking this out entirely. So then I could just buy it because I want all the cool stuff, but I don't want this crap, or put it down on the free track where you can unlock 2 heroes later. You know, you're paying to access it earlier, but at least you can earn it through free means eventually, similar to Hearthstone card packs and all of that. I'm throwing suggestions out there. I'm trying to, you know, get your concerns out there to let Blizzard know this is crap, we don't like it, rather than just people being apathetic and quitting, because that is the most terrifying and worst thing we could see. And I hope it's not happening, but I really do worry about it, because Battlegrounds content, sweet. I'm looking forward to the next balance patch. I'm playing more ladder lately than I have in a long time. I'm enjoying Arena. Duels could use a little bit more love lately. The game of Hearthstone itself is interesting. There's lots to do. It's just stop being so damn greedy, predatory, and just silent about everything. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.